If this is the route you're telling me we're trying to take, where we're going to make smart, efficient moves that's going to allow us to showcase our talent, then I'm here for it. But all I'm saying is sooner or later, you got to trade Julius Randle. Hey, what's going on? Keith here from Sports Vibes TV. And right when I dropped my last video, which I'll link up above, talking about some of the acquisitions the Knicks have made throughout the offseason, right when I dropped that video, the Knicks made two more deals. One, they signed Austin Rivers for the low. They got him for a 3-year, $10 million deal. So basically, we're paying less than $4 million for him. And of course, when that gets, when that news gets dropped, of course, the New York Post and, all the media outlets start hating, talking about, that's not a needle mover. First of all, you're the media. You're supposed to report on the move. They're not supposed to be moving your needle. Pause. They're supposed to be making moves in order to appease the fans, the people that invest in the team. So it may not move your needle or whatever you want to call it, but it's a very nice small acquisition that can help us now, and also when this team hits that corner or takes the corner and becomes a championship contender within the next year or two. Austin Rivers is a nice role player that's going to be controlled at a very low cap figure. He's a player that can either contribute, or he's a player that we can include in a deal and move on, to another team if we want to bring back assets. So yes, quote unquote, that might not move the needle, but it's one of those small moves that helps you build the foundation toward a winning team, toward a winning ball club. So I like the move, not necessarily because Austin Rivers is going to come in here and be our starting point guard and start dishing the rock to people, because no, that's not really his game. He's a 6'4" combo guard, so he's going to try to go out there and get his. But I like the move because, what I just laid out, he's a player that can contribute now. And when we turn that corner, he'll be able to contribute in the future. Also, after that move, the Knicks also made a trade with the Timberwolves. We sent them Ed Davis in his contract. And in return, we're getting Omari Spellman and Jacob Evans. Now, I did a little research on both these players. Omari Spellman, both of these players came over from the D'Angelo Russell trade that sent Russell from the Warriors over to the Timberwolves, and now they're being sent over to the Knicks. And Mark Berman is reporting that the Knicks may waive them, but if the Knicks do decide to keep them on the squad, we can carry 20 players, and I think right now we have 16. And if we bring them with the ball club, they can contribute as well. They're both young players. I think Evans was drafted in 2017. Spellman was drafted in 2018, and both have the ability to stretch the floor. Evans is a shooting guard that's 6'6". He's looked at as a 3-and-D type player. I mean, he's been in the league for a couple years, and he hasn't had the greatest shooting percentage, but he hasn't necessarily been given the opportunity to show his talent. So if he's able to come onto the New York Knicks, work hard, and earn a spot, I think he could be a player that Tibbs is going to be very fond of, because he's a player that comes in and plays defense. So that's Jacob Evans. And then Omari Spellman, a player that you might be a little bit more familiar with. He got a little bit more playing time over with the Warriors. He's a stretch 4, and there's nothing he really does great. But when he was in college, he went to Villanova, if I'm not mistaken. He shot over 43% from 3. So if he can, shoot anything close to that, well, let's be realistic. If he can shoot 36, 37, 38%, and we can put him next to Mitch, he's going to be another player that's going to stretch the court out, and it's going to allow RJ, it's going to allow Austin Rivers, it's going to allow DSJ, if he's, still with us. It's going to allow these players to get into the paint a lot easier. It's going to give them a lot more driving lanes, because the defense can't help out and help collapse some of those lanes. So I'm very happy with what the Knicks have been doing so far. It's small pieces. They're doing, they're going to kill you with 1,000, slices right now throughout the offseason. It's going to be a bunch of very small moves that are going to incrementally get us better. And I'm here for it. I'm a lifelong Knicks fan. And I'm willing to sit down and watch a process play out if I can understand, the route that we're trying to take. If this is the route you're telling me we're trying to take, where we're going to make smart, efficient moves that's going to allow us to showcase our talent, then I'm here for it. But all I'm saying is sooner or later, you got to trade Julius Randle. You got to trade him at some point. He can't stay on the roster with all these power forwards we're bringing in. Something got to be done with him, all right? So you guys, let me know down in the comments. Once again, I'm Keith, host of Sports Vibes TV, and I'm out.